Right, boys and girls, in this video I'm going to show you about torquing up the cylinder head. Now if you've got your manual, it'll tell you that there's a set order for tightening these nuts and bolts. So we refer to our manual when we're tightening these up. Now the torque setting for this particular engine is 40 foot-pounds on the cylinder head bolts. So I've already set my torque wrench and that equates to 54 Newton meters. Now we're going to start on number one, which is this particular one here, which is the middle one. So we're going to torque that up. What I generally do is just go around them a little bit. I'm not tightening them rock hard, I'm just nipping them down in sequence, and this is number two. We swap over, just tightening them down each time a little bit more until we get to the final torque. So just tighten them all a little bit, and then we go across to number four. You'll find that it works like this, zigzagging across the engine, and that's to eliminate any flat spots. And then we go on to number five, and you can see I'm just nipping them down a little bit at a time, and just to spread the load on the gasket. If you follow the sequence, you won't go wrong. Just tighten them all roughly around about the same torque as you're getting around, and then we'll go back to number one, and then again we'll just tighten it down a little bit more this time. Goes to number two, and again you'll see it will come slack. Each time you pull one down, the other one will go slack. So you just turn and nip them down, in keeping them nice and even, spreading the load as you're tightening it down. That's all we're doing. Go across to number six. Just doing them all a little bit, and this will do probably a 5 or 10 minute job, and that's all we'll be doing today. But it's just showing you that you need to do them in sequence, and then we'll go back to number one, make sure everything's in as it should be. Then we'll go back to number one, and we should be getting pretty much coming up to the 40 psi now. There, we've got the click. The 40 foot-pounds. We'll just tighten them down till we get the click. Don't go any further than that. You don't need to. Number four. Number five. Number six. And stop once you hear the click. Number seven. It's not rocket science. Number eight. Number nine. Now we've got those cylinder head bolts all nice and tight, 40 foot-pounds, 54 Newton meters. That's done. Now what we're left to do is tighten up the rocker assembly, because as you know, this went on after, and we can't tighten it beforehand because we need to get the head nip down. Now we're in a position to be able to tighten this down. So again, I'll just get my tools ready for this job, so I'll pause the video. Right, I've got the socket ready. You need a deep socket to get down on this one because it holds the pedestal. This pedestal and that the front one hold the rocker cover in place. And it's 25 foot-pounds for torquing down the rocker shaft and pedestals. And 25 foot-pounds equates to 33.9, I think, on the Newton meters. So I'll just go to 33. I'm quite happy with that. We don't want to be over tightening these, so we just tighten them down evenly onto the shaft. We're just tightening them down just to pull it down first so it's nice and even. We don't want to pull it all down in one go, simply because it could bend the shaft if you've not got it located right. So just get everything nice and torqued down nice and easy. This one's a little bit stiff to go in, and you do occasionally get a nut that's like that, but we did tighten it on with our fingers, so I'm quite happy that this is fine. They can sometimes just get a little bit of detritus behind them. We did put it on there with our fingers. Just get this. I can actually tighten it with my fingers when it's not. You will get a fiddly bolt from time to time. It's going to be a stubborn one, this, I can see that. As long as you can tighten it with your fingers, which I can, and it's going down there quite well. It hasn't stripped the thread and it's not stripping the threads. It's always better just to double check. That's going in quite nicely now. Maybe I've got the nut upside down. Sometimes it just doesn't go back exactly as it should do, but you can know in your own mind whether that's tight or not. If you think that it's wrong, take it out, but I'm quite happy with that. It's just a little bit too stiff for the fingers to get it all the way down there. It's slackened off a little bit now, actually. So we do know there's nothing wrong with that. It's gone right down to the bottom now, look. So again, we're just getting down to the bottom, and all we're doing is just doing a little turn on each one just to pull it down, and then we'll just wait for the torque to come up. A little bit more on each one, just wait for the torque to come up, and as soon as we get to the required setting we'll get a little click from it. One there. Just remember the one that's gone down. We don't want to be over tightening the rest. Little click there, little click there, little click there. And that's our rocker pedestal in place, in situ. We've got our push rods all seated in the cups. You'll get a couple that are tight simply because the valves are starting to close now. We've nipped it down, and we do the rest of the adjustment with the adjusters on the rocker pedestals. So what we've done in this video, we've torqued our cylinder head down. We've gone around it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. We've nipped each one down in rotation a little bit at a time till we've got to the required setting. We've then put our pedestal nuts on with our washers. We've located the lock tab, and we've torqued these down. We've tightened them down a little bit at a time. Don't do one right tight. Tighten each one down a little bit at a time till we've got to the right notch on the torque wrench, and as soon as that's achieved we stop. We don't over tighten things from then on. So that's that little job done. The next job we have to do is just reassemble the heater switch to turn the heater on and off, the thermostat, and that'll be our next job. I'm not going to adjust the rockers just yet because we've got to turn the engine over and we've got to mess about with a few little things, and I'll set the valve clearances a little bit later. I'm just going to nip these down. What I'll do right now is just take up the slack on the rockers. When I found a suitable screwdriver. What I'm just going to do right now is just to make sure that those are just well seated in there, in the thing. So I'm just making sure that they're all in the cups. I'm not over tightening anything down, just making sure they're all nicely in there. Because if we do turn the engine, we don't want them bending any push rods. And I will adjust those in the next video. So that's what we do as far as torquing the head down. We're getting near completion now on this engine, and it's starting to take shape now. So I hope you're enjoying the videos. Give us a comment if you've got any questions. And thanks very much for watching these videos. And I enjoy making them for you, and I hope you're learning something. And like I say, the for amateur builders, we're not professionals here. We're just nice and amateur. We don't do anything on a high budget. We just take our time, and hopefully you're enjoying what you're seeing. So thanks very much.